Hello everyone. This is Tenci with another Diva transformation. Today, I am going to be taking this beauty and I am going to be transforming her into a diva. Now, as you could tell, she's beautiful already, but I can't wait to show you with me adding hair, which today's hair we're going to be using passion twists. And then I'm going to show you a simple way of making and blinging out her hat. We can't have spring without some spring hats. So we're going to bling out this hat and you are going to see how we put it all together. Now, these are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need some hair, which is the passion twist. You're going to need some fabric, image of the diva, a placemat, glue sticks and a glue gun, a scissors, tulle, and some bling for the jewelry. And we can't forget the canvas. So before we get started, for those of you who are wondering where I've been for the last couple of days, I have been creating divas, selling divas, promoting divas, and also promoting and selling my two children's books. One is Am I Ever Going to Be Five? And the other one is My First Days at the Big School. Kids will learn a little bit about mental health as well as just overall getting prepared for school, their first years of school. So if you're interested in buying any one of my books, I am going to be leaving the links in the description box. So if you can please check my books out on Amazon, that would really help me out. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed to my channel, I am making a plea. Please check me out, and not only just by viewing but by subscribing to my channel. Some of you have told me that the content that I do make, that you are very much, it's been helpful to you. And so please, you could show me how much you really like my content by subscribing to my channel. So the first thing that we're going to do today, and as you could see, the diva, she is beautiful, but we're going to add the passion twist to her hair. So we're going to do her hair first, then we're going to work on her clothing, and then her jewelry. The last thing that we're going to work on is her hat. All right, so I have an easy way that we're going to be applying, that's the word I'm looking for, applying the hair to this image. And because it comes like in a pack, and I'm not going to separate them, right? We can divide them, but I'm not, just because I want it to be full, and we don't have to put them all the way, because I want her to have like some length to her hair. So we are going to basically just line it up so that we could cover her hair. And so when we do that, all we are left with is the area that we could put the hat on her, like so. We'll be able to see her eyes, because that's important to me. I want us to be able to see her eyes. And so this is what she'll look like with the hat. You know, I usually talk about mapping things out. So I want you to see her with what it'll look like in the end, with her clothing as well as her hair. So this is basically what she looks like. We are going to be able to glue some of this hair to the side so that we'll still be able to see her eyes, because she is beautiful and we want to be able to see like her eyes, and but still covering up like the hair that she came with, the image on the image. So this is what she looks like with the full, and I'm going to show you. As you could see, I don't know if you could see it any better. I don't want to take the hair up just because this is the way how I am going to be gluing it down. So um, we will see it, I guess, after I glue the hair down. All right, so we're going to put this on the side. We're also going to put the hat on the side. And you are going to see how I apply her hair. So here we go. Because the hair comes like this. All right, this is what she looks like with me mapping it out. I haven't glued anything down yet. We haven't blinged out the hat or any of that. I just wanted to see what she'd look like with the hair, the hat, and her clothing. And as you could tell, with me doing this, the hair is nice and full. We still could see her eyes. And by the time it's finished, she's going to be gorgeous. So we're going to do her hair first. And all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to take these little bundle of hair, the passion twist. It comes just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it all together so that we could have that fullness that I was talking about. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to cut them individually. We're not going to divide them because these does come in twos. Like this one is actually two. So I'm going to leave it all. And then I am going to just take this part and I'm going to turn it around so that you could see a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this piece and I'm going to glue it all down. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to cut this little piece off because it could be super easy for us to do this instead of individually doing each twist. It doesn't make sense because it's going under the hat for me to do individually. So I am just going to do this, make a line with my glue gun across here like so. And then I am going to take this and I'm going to make sure that each of the twists gets glued to the area that we just glued down. So here it is, simple like that. It didn't take us much time. And then what I am going to do now is just cut this little rubber band part of it, just making sure that all the hair adheres to the image of the diva. Just make sure that we do that so that nothing would be seen or coming undone. I want to make sure that each of these are on the image. And see, voila, it's done. So we can still see her eyes, right? This is what she looks like with the twist. And ain't she beautiful? Like, this was so easy to do. And so now all I have to do is cut this little gold piece because the hair is glued. And that didn't take us any time at all. We didn't have to do them individually, and that saved us some time. So we're going to do the next side. And we're also going to do that the same way. I'm going to kind of eyeball it to make sure that we could still see her eyes, but still covering her her hair, the hair that she came with for the image. And so I'm going to glue it right about here. So like the same way that I did on the other side, I'm just going to make a line because the hat will be covering this part, so we don't have to worry about it. So just make sure that all the twists gets glued, and that's all you have to worry about. Really, that's it. And we are done with the hair. Wasn't that quick and easy? I think it was. Just making sure that all of the hair is glued, because we don't want in the middle of our getting ready to put the hat on, and then we have issues with some of them coming apart after we cut the rubber band that was holding it. So just make sure each one is glued and we are good to go. Voila, that's it. That's all we have to do for the hair. Wasn't that easy? Let me know if you think that this is possible, that you could do this in the comment section. Also, I want you to see something. So her hair, you could see her actual hair is like right in this area. So we're going to take some of the hair and we're going to, just a couple pieces or strands, and we're going to cover that area. We don't want to see her hair in the diva from the image, right? So all we have to do is just kind of form it a little bit so that we don't see that. So we're going to glue the parts that we don't want to see, like the hair. Even though this is 3D art, we don't want the hair to come undone. So I am also going to start on this side where I'm going to just glue a few of the pieces. I still want it to be able to move, but I want to glue some of the pieces, especially where her face is, so that we don't have to worry about seeing that. So I'm just going to put some glue on the image. And then I'm going to take the hair and just cover. Make sure that it sticks, because in this area, I don't want to see the hair from the image. So just making sure that it's glued down. And that's it. That is it. We are done. And this is good to go. See, it still moves, right? We still have the hair moving, but we don't have to worry about her face, the hair being all in her face. So, and also us seeing her actual hair. So I may go ahead and just do a little piece right here. And that's it. So that part is done. So this is what she looks like. All right, so the next side, I'm pretty much going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a few of the strands, and I am going to take some of the glue in this area just to make sure that we don't see. So now I'm just going to scatter it just a little bit. Some more of the glue, put it in this area, right? And that way it still moves. Excess hair. Of course, this won't be seen because the hat will cover it, but still, I just like things to be done correctly. All right, so next thing that we're going to do is her outfit, which is basically really simple. All right, so I am going to just glue this. I have pre-cut her outfit, and I'm just going to glue this to the image. It's a pretty simple. We're going to bling this out with some jewelry. So I kept the outfit pretty simple. I think the hat and the jewelry would be able to make up for her clothing. And there we have it. Her outfit is completed, and I'm just going to glue this back piece. That's it. We're done. I'm just going to cut this little area up because we really don't need it. And then here we go. So we're on to her jewelry. I am going to give her some of this bling, the Rhinestone bling, which I got from Amazon. I'm going to do like maybe two strands to kind of give it a little bit of fullness. But I am also going to do like a longer necklace, and I'm going to use this from the Dollar Tree. I think it'll be cute to add that you'll have two necklaces, and one would be shorter and the other would be a little bit longer. So I'm going to start with this one just because I can kind of manipulate it a little bit better than with this one. So I'm going to give her some length. They should be able to cover like from here to here. And then I'll use the longer piece or the other one to do. Now I just want to cut this to make sure that it's even. So here we go. So this is what it looks like. See the bling in it? This is the Rhinestone diamonds from Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box if you want to buy this. Just basically just covering up the necklace that she had, and this allows me to do that because it's so flexible. So that's why I decided to use this opposed to the next one. I'll use the longer piece for the next. So I just covered up the one that she was wearing, and then I'm going to take, and I want to see how that looks. I may need like a smaller. Let's see what it looked like. So I'm going to see how this works out. Yeah, I think it'll work. I think that this will definitely work. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. And here we have it. I'm just going to make sure that this piece is glued. So she has two necklaces, and then we're going to work on her hat. So I'm going to just put this aside for now. And the way how I have her hat, let's bring her back. Like I said, I want to see her eyes. So, and I want her hat to be kind of big too, like a big hat. So it needs to cover the hair, and it's going to have like an opening like this. So I'm going to bling. I'm going to first glue this area down. I'm going to glue all of this area right here down. Oh, and by the way, these placemats I got from the Dollar Tree. And they are really super thick. So I definitely will have to see how they'll work out with the cans and the different other items around the house. This is the first time that I'm buying this kind. So I'm going to see how well I'm able to maneuver all the items that we talked about from before to make our hats. But I love the color and I love how thick it was. So I decided to try it. So I'm going to make sure that this is glued down. And then I'm going to go to the back. So I'm going to step her aside for a sec. Since I glued this part down, I'm also going to do to the back to make sure that it really is glued down properly. Okay. So this little piece of paper was given me, trying to stay on my hand. Okay, so now I'm going to just glue this side just to make sure that it sticks. It's not going to be moving anywhere. And please, everybody, please remember this glue is hot. And I've been saying it in all of my other videos. Please be careful with this hot glue because it's no joke when you get burnt with this hot glue. So please protect your fingers and your hands and everything else. So now I've glued this part. And that was pretty easy. I thought it would have been much harder. I am going to make sure to glue this section as well, just because I don't want anything to be coming undone, really, after we're finished. I just want to basically have like an opening in this area, and then we could bling whatever we're going to do with bling, the jewelry, we could do it around on this area and a little bit around here. So what I'm thinking about is maybe we could do something like what we did for her necklace, the longer one, to bling it around here and come around. So if you didn't see, I'm going to use this little area and bling it out. So I'm going to use this, the one that I use for the bling that I use for the longer necklace, and I'm just going to take it off, and then I'm going to glue it to kind of give it some reinforcement. I'm going to glue it onto the hat. So I'm just seeing where it's going to be, and then I'm going to do the reinforcement. Because although it's adhesive, we don't want it to come off, at any point. So I'm going to show you what it'll look like after I glue it down. This is what it would look like. And so I'm going to just put a little continue. So I'm going to continue with this part. So I'm just basically just going around the edge of the brim of the hat. and making sure that we glue, and then we should be good to go. Just need to come down just a little tiny bit. So I'm just going to put some glue on this area. And then we just join. The vision that I had for this, it's a simple hat, but the vision that I had for it, on the Diva, it's going to be amazing. So I'm just going to put this piece back here, and then I'm gonna make sure that this part is glued. As you could tell that it was coming up, so we want to make sure that it stays down. So this is all we're doing, making sure that it stays down. I kind of wish I had a brooch too, that I probably could make one. Ooh, I have an idea too. We'll see. At this point, we are going to put the hat on the Diva's head. And like I said before, we are going to be able to see her eyes, which I'm just going to make sure that the hat is in a position where we will be able to see her eyes. So I'm just going to glue the hat to the hair or the image of the Diva, making sure to cover like the hair really well. So I'm going to start right here. Let's make sure I have, you know, a good amount of glue, generous amount, so that we'll be sure that it sticks and it won't be moving anywhere. So I'm just going to apply a little pressure for a bit, making sure that it's glued and it stays in place. Because we don't want it to lift, and we are going to be putting on a canvas, so we want everything to stay in place. So I'm just going to apply pressure for a few more or a minute more, just to make sure that it's not moving, it's not going to go anywhere. Of course, I have to clean my finger because this glue. So making sure that I don't see any glue marks. Don't like to see the glue. All right, so we should be good. All right. So this is the last part that we're going to do. I have this little piece that I'm going to be gluing here. Again, I'm going to use a generous enough amount of glue right in this section, as well as making sure that it sticks properly. And then I'm also going to just put a little bit to the top here so that it wouldn't be going anywhere. And just maybe a little bit along this line, just so that I won't see anything like um, protruding out or outward. And this is it. Now we're getting ready to put her on the canvas, and I will show you what that looks like. Just making sure that she's set, and also cleaning my fingers from all this glue. So she is finished, and I wanted you to see some of the details of her hat as well as her clothing and jewelry. And I think I'm going to name her Queen. I think this would be a fitting name for her, Queen. And so I am going to now place her on the all right, I am going to glue Queen to the canvas. And all I'm simply going to do is make sure that, especially around the edges, that we put the glue around the edges. And I'm still, I decided to put like some netting on her hat. I'm not sure if I like it yet. I'm just going to wait until I'm finished and then decide whether or not. I'll let you see what it looks like. So we have come to the end of our tutorial. I hope that you had fun crafting, and I hope that you are willing to try this. And this one, I'm going to call her Queen.